the twinkle in their dark eyes, hopeful and awestruck, their sparkling white teeth, bleached and rotten from chewing on sugarcane, their grimy hands, clapping with glee, their tiny dust-covered feet bearing calluses from the lack of shoes, jumping in the air. Every single child, elated and excited. These were not children waiting for ice cream or their turn on a carousel. Instead, they were waiting for a bus full of strangers to arrive. Meanwhile, the strangers themselves anxiously anticipated for what was to come when they exited the bus. As the bus pulled into the dirt driveway, strewn with pebbles and trash, you would have thought its passengers were professional athletes, or a rock band being greeted by a horde of adoring fans. Yet there was no LeBron James, Tom Brady, or Nickelback. The passengers carried no presents, no money, nothing of significance to deserve such a rousing, joyful welcome. Their presence alone, their willingness to help, was a present in itself. I was a passenger on that bus, along with 18 other high school students on a mission trip to the Dominican Republic as a part of Rotary Interact Club. We were bringing water filters and supplies to build latrines for the Haitian immigrants living in the Batays with no access to clean water. As we disembarked from the bus, the children surrounded us, grabbed our hands, and led us down the dusty path to their village. The vast majority of villagers were shoeless and often missing several articles of clothing. Lacking medicine and healthy food, the people suffered from malnutrition and other various diseases that flourished in the Batays. Even though the children had very little in the way of material things, and many of them wouldn't live to see their own kids, they still managed to embrace life at full tilt. The definition of making lemonade out of lemons was sitting before my eyes. During my week in the Dominican Republic, I met a young boy named Josue. Josue was 8 years old and lived with 3 brothers and his father. He told me that his mother had died a few years ago, and that his dad worked hard every day to keep his children fed. When Josue told me about his family and his troubles, it was the only time all week that he didn't have a smile on his face. I remember walking up a big hill that was just outside the village with him, and he accidentally cut his foot on a jagged rock. All he said was, "That hurts," and then started skipping around and singing again. There seemed to be nothing that could bring this joyful boy down from his cloud 9. Although I never fully understood him and what kept him going, Josue really did inspire me, and I have to thank him for that. The week I spent in the Batays taught me something. It taught me that no matter what the circumstances are in my life, I should never let myself complain or get depressed. Because no matter what, life is truly too short and too great to be down. If an 8-year-old with a bloated stomach and parasites in his arms can go an entire day with a smile, why can't I?